Okay, next up. Ooh. Now, is this the worst matchup of the weekend, or is the next one the worst matchup of the weekend?
Uh,
Or Bengals Patriots?
no, the other the next this one and the next one are worse.
I think so too.
This one's probably the worst.
I
Yeah.
think the next one might be the worst. But either way, we'll get
Okay.
into it. We've got Panthers at Saints. Saints 4 point favorites. Over under on this one is a very optimistic 41.5. So far the bets here. Oh my gosh, 86% of the bets in the over. All right, I
I don't see how that's possible, but okay.
we got to fade that. 56% of the bets in the spread coming in on the Panthers. Wow, public dog, interesting. 79% of the bets on the money line coming in on the Saints. Got a lot of that -225 action. Um, I don't trust either of these teams. I'll lay the 4 with the Saints. My, a, I hate to say this. If you're betting this game, you should probably think about calling the 1-800 number.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway. I don't see how the Panthers score. I do see how the Saints score. I think the Saints defense, will look good enough against a really bad Panthers offense. I don't even care. You could bring in any weapons as long as Bryce Young is the quarterback. I'm not buying in. I'm sorry. Uh, too small. Just, I'm sorry. He's just, some guys just aren't built to play NFL football. Sadly, it appears he's one of them. He looks like a little kid out there, and it's getting kind of concerning. Um, so I can't bet on Bryce. I fade Bryce Young on the road against any team, even the Saints. I'll lay the 4 with the Saints. Mark, I know you're taking. Are you taking the Panthers in this? Are you with the 56% who are betting the spread on the Panthers?
I am going with the Panthers plus the 4.
Just don't bet this game.
No. So I mean, look, we have to consider that maybe just maybe Bryce Young takes a step forward in year 2.
I mean, okay. The argument for that is he's with Dave Canales, who was the Baker Mayfield whisperer. I, I mean, do we really think that Baker Mayfield was like that tough to unlock? When you have
No.
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin as his receivers, with Rashad White as the dump off valve.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that those are better weapons than anything Bryce Young has.
That's true. That's true. Um but it's possible. It's possible that Bryce Young does a little bit better in year 2. The other thing to consider is the Derek Carr Saints were not good last year. I remember my one takeaway from last year, as far as coaching is concerned, um,
it
is when James Winston decided to take matters into his own hands and score at the last minute. I forget who it was, but
was James Williams, isn't it?
hmm?
They gave the ball to James Williams so he could get a touchdown before the season ended.
I forgot who they were playing though. But
Oh, gee, was it? I think it was the Falcons.
wasn't okay.
Yeah.
But the fact you let Jameis Winston take matters into his own hands probably means that the coach is not in control of his own team. Um, so it'll be interesting to see how the Panthers improve from last year. They have a new head coach. Bryce Young's in his second year. Again, I'm probably not betting this, but I do seem to remember the Panthers covering a lot of games last year. Like they lost a lot of close games from what I remember. I have to go back and take a look at it,
Yeah.
but I like the Panthers plus the 4 as a cover. As far as props are concerned, I have Bryce Young over 11.5 rushing yards. Um,
Okay.
he like there were a handful of games last year where he far surpassed that. So I think there might be a lot of times where he is running for his life. The 11.5 yards seems a bit low, so I like the over on Bryce Young rushing yards at 11.5.
I could. I mean, I won't bet it, but I could see it. All right.